How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about a bit of news that's coming around. It's been really stale when it comes to news. We've had some good game releases with Space Marine 2, we've had Astrobot, really good games. A lot of discourse around them with two factions fighting it out, but it's really cool to see that, utilizing the power of the Xbox, Space Marine has been pushing ahead and is actually considerably more in a better place in terms of performance than, the PlayStation counterpart. Of course, some people are going to say, well, Hi-Fi Rush was created for Xbox first, and, well, the shadows, despite the fact that PlayStation on Hi-Fi Rush drops down to 30 FPS in certain scenes and can't maintain that 60, whereas the Xbox does maintain 60, it's crazy, right, that they're going to look at that shadow over the 60 FPS performance. So it just goes to show that no matter what it is, they will find a reason to try and wiggle out and try to find themselves. But the reality is, Space Marine 2 right now is not only a really good game, but doing the rounds in terms of performance on the Xbox Series X. Now, of course, that's not the topic of the video, but I thought I'd get that in there, and my Astrobot review hopefully will land sometime this week. I'm still not sure how to quite tackle it. I don't want to put too many spoilers in there, but we'll see how I tackle it. I'm trying to keep it a non-spoiler review because there are some really cool stuff in there that I don't want to show because you should probably experience it for yourself. But let's get on with the actual video. Alright, so first thing first, we come to this one over here, and this is pretty amusing for all of the, oh, it's the top selling accessory, oh, it's this, and oh, it's that. Fewer than 3% of PS5 owners have purchased a PlayStation Portal in the US. Fewer than 3%. So more than... I mean, that pretty much says it all, folks. That pretty much says it all. For all the hyping and jiving this actually got, less than 3% picked it up. Like, if this actually had cloud capabilities, you could bet your bottom dollar that would have been like 20%. But on its own, it's just not as desirable as they're making it out to be, which is amusing, to say the least. But this one over here is a bit weird, right? So we do know that, Sony has got a app for the DualSense. It runs wired in order to get all the features, and the game itself is playable without all the gimmicks that are applied to it, but you kind of need that because not everyone's going to have those gimmicks on for the controller because they don't want their battery to die so quick. So some people, they might just have problems with their hands and can't deal with the vibration. So that stuff just needs to come off. They might not want to blow into the controller. That stuff needs an alternative. That doesn't mean that this game is going to get a PC counterpart. At the end of the day, this game pretty much was built with PlayStation in mind, and by that I'm not talking about the hardware, I'm talking about the history. This doesn't, as good as a game that this is, there is a lot of nostalgia there that adds to the actual kind of effect of the game. It's a really good game, don't get me wrong, but the nostalgia of it, of all the, PlayStation's 30-year history does hit quite hard with this, and that would completely be lost on PC, and I'm just not sure that this would be, a right game. I think, personally, this one will probably skip PC, but time will tell. So this is a bit of bad news, right, folks? This isn't good news at all. This is kind of like, ouch. So, Hazardor Gaming here says, looks like Visions of Mana couldn't break its previous concurrent player records of Trials of Mana, and same situation in sales for Japan. Now this is based on physical only and not digital, so those digital tallies weren't in place. NetEase planning to shut the studio down. That's actually incorrect and fake news. Well, not fake news. They are shut down already. Tencent NetEase came out and basically, before the game was actually released, I think it was on release day, announced that they were closing the studio down without giving them a chance to actually see if the game would be successful or not. This was decided months before that this was going to be the studio's last hurrah, so this may be the final Visions game, Mana game that we ever see. Hopefully someone will pick up the the studio and keep them going, because it's a really, really good game. But it's such a shame that the studio was shut down on the day of release. So you can imagine these sorts of things are usually in incubation for about 3 to 6 months if you're going to do something like this, getting all the dots and T's and I's and everything in place, you know, severance packages and whatnot if it's applicable. It's a nasty, nasty situation to be in, and it's no different to the Until Dawn devs, right? They have been told that their studios, I think there's going to be like mass layoffs in the studio before the game even comes out. Like, I get it to a certain degree with that one, because if it's like the QA team being let go, they are usually the first to go. If the game is done and there's no projects in the building, QA go first because they are excess resource. They're not needed for anything. So I get that, and if that's part of the major outlay for Until Dawn, that kind of makes sense. Unfortunately, that is how the game industry works. QA gets the short end of the stick, and they get shafted every single time. That's why there's no good QA around anymore, because all the good ones keep getting told to go away and come back when there's another project. It's all kind of like freelance work. Permanent work is almost non-existent. But this one here kind of stings, because I've got this on Xbox, I did my part, but this closing it down on the day of release, it just doesn't sit right with me. I think this is really, really awful. Now this one is so weird, right? This one is so weird because I'm going to go through the actual article in a second, right? Let's go through the article and just read what it says. And I want to go through this because it doesn't take long. Right, you can time it starting from now. Genshin Impact is widely popular RPG in the gacha subgenre and is heading to this Xbox Series X and S November 20th. The game has been exclusive to PlayStation, Windows, PC, mobile devices up until now. The developer, however, is partnering up with Xbox Game Pass to sweeten the deal. Revealed to us directly, however, says that Genshin Impact will yield in-game bundles day one for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscribers, as well as subsequent versions, updates, think similar to Seasons. It will not require Xbox Game Pass Core Xbox Live to play on the Xbox Series X S, as it is free to play. The game isn't coming to Xbox One, sadly, but it will be available there via Xbox Game Pass Ultimate via Xbox Cloud Gaming. Okay, so that is pretty much the TLDR of this whole article. But the key one here being what I've highlighted. It will not require Xbox Game Pass Core or Xbox Live Gold to play on Xbox Series X and S, as it's a free-to-play title. I think we've all established that now, right? Here is where it gets really interesting. So now that we're back here, okay. But it's free. You don't need Game Pass to play this. Why do you need Game Pass to play this? Isn't Genshin Impact free to play? So what does it matter if it's on Game Pass or not? Isn't the game free? So why on Game Pass? So I'm paying $20 a month to play a free game on Xbox? Where is that Switch version? Why? It's a free-to-play game. I mean, how dumb are these people? Literal brain rot. I'm sorry, but these people are so dumb. Literal dumb. They are the definition of just stupid. All it took was 20 seconds to read that article for the TLDR to tell you that the game is free to play and there will be bundles available via Xbox Game Pass Ultimate perks. That's it. But look at these brain rots. I actually started replying to a couple of them and then I couldn't be bothered because it's just continuing. These people are literal just brain rot stupid. I can't believe it. I mean, where did the education system go wrong? I mean, this is just, I mean, it's you can't tell me that the actual language used in that article is ambiguous or anything. But all people are reading is this. And that's it. That's all they do. They clicking that article is not going to happen. They'll catch something. But a big one is this. Tomorrow, tune in tomorrow for a PlayStation 5 technical presentation hosted by Mark Cerny. The 9-minute stream begins September 10 at basically 4 p.m. my time, which is not the best because I can't stream it and it's happening before I actually go live. But I guess tomorrow this will be the main topic of conversation, because hopefully we'll actually get the reveal of the PS5 Pro, we'll get the details of what it's capable of, maybe even see some footage of the console itself and of the actual games running on it to see the difference it brings to the hardware. We've been waiting for this for quite some time, so and as you can see here, excited for the next iteration of the Super SSD Pro. Here we go. AK60, here we come. $700. SSD Super Sexy Stylish Solid State Drive, 6090 Ti, i11, 69 gigabytes of DDR RAM, 1 terabyte Ethernet port. Yeah, Chili's trolling hard with this one. But yeah, hopefully we'll get some news finally on the PS5 Pro tomorrow, so people can stop fabricating about whether it exists or not. It's a thing. But that is how it's going to go. 4 p.m. Do you guys want me to stream this tomorrow for 10 minutes? I mean, I might be able to stream for 20 minutes, kind of quick flash on and off while it's happening. But I don't think it's worth it because I'm going to be live tomorrow night anyway, so we can kind of check this out during the actual stream that I'm going to do, because this will probably be part of the main presentation, along with the Xbox, the Xbox fans' reaction to Astrobot. I don't know how you all feel about that, and this is something I want to discuss tomorrow because it's crazy. Astrobot is a very good game. It loses, if you're not interested in the 30 years of PlayStation, it definitely loses some novelty, which is why in my review I am going to give 2 scores. One where you're not interested in the history of PlayStation, and one where you are. And it makes a big difference to the score, believe me. But it's crazy how people have been reacting to this overall. But folks, that's it. That really is it. There is not much else info for this. I am going to link an article in the description below because I think it's quite funny. You might want to read it, check it out. It's a lot of satire, it's a parody post, but it kind of also hits home about, the whole situation with certain things, but you should check it out. We'll cover it tomorrow in the stream anyway, because I think it's actually a really, really well written article with so much sarcasm. It's oozing with greatness. But anyway, that's the video. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Are you gonna tune into the PlayStation show, or are you gonna check it out tomorrow during my stream? Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. But that's it, folks. That's all the news. Peace out.